times E. Now we're going to do F times G. All right, so the first thing we have to do, okay, I'm going to erase this. Everybody good? All right, so now we're doing F times G. Now, first thing, I want you to check to make sure we can even do it, because sometimes we can't even do it. That's F times G. Are these multipliable?
Yes.
It's a 2 by 2 and a 2 by 3. They can be multiplied. And how big will the answer be? So 2 rows, 3 columns. All right, are you ready? You're gonna get done, Caroline? All right, so here we go. To fill this spot, we're gonna take our first row and our first column. First row is -1, 5. First column is 1, -3. So, Caroline, did you get -16?
Yes.
All right. Now, I'm going to shut up, and you guys keep plowing through it. So, you're going to come over, and you're going to use your first row and your second column. All right, so I'll do it, and you do it, and we'll see if we get the same answers. It's very, very easy to make mistakes, so be careful. Now, don't just blindly copy mine down. Double check me. Make sure I didn't make a mistake. Jayla, is someone bothering you? Okay, now I want you to pay attention. Okay? And if something's bothering you, I want you to tell me so I can address it.
I sure will.
How do these numbers look to you? Are we matching?
Yeah.
So we feel like we've got matrix multiplication under control?
Yeah.
My guess is the next time we gather, we'll have a practice quiz over matrix operations, adding them, finding their dimensions, multiplying them, just the basics we've done the last couple of days. And then the time after that, we'll have a quiz. Anybody have a question about any of the numbers I put up there? Any of these numbers need to be examined? We're good? All right, now we're going to do something a little bit different then. You'll notice the next section of your notes, problem 3 says evaluate. And what looks different about this? Exactly, very good, Emma. It's not a bracket. This is not a matrix. This is what is called a determinant. This is called a determinant. And a determinant is simply a number. So that we're going to work this out. We're going to evaluate this. I'm going to show you how. It's really simple. You can do it in your head usually. We're going to evaluate it, but it's just going to equal a number like 5 or 7 or -3. Important fact, you can only evaluate determinants for square matrices. So see this guy? He's 2 by 2. So I can evaluate him. if I had this problem, this would be another one that would be no solution. Impossible. You can only do determinants with squares. Okay? Now, that's a square. The answer to the question is, see if you can figure out what I'm doing. The answer is 4 minus 6 or negative 2. The answer is negative 2.
Do you have the columns together?
No, but that's a good guess.
Cross multiplied.
I multiplied 1 times 4.
Oh.
I multiplied 3 times 2, and I subtracted them. Now, when we do that, it has to be in that order. So the first multiplication is what we call on the main diagonal. This gets multiplied first. So it's this one minus this one. Always. Always. Fun fact from Mrs. Ford's history. I failed 2 quizzes in my high school life. Actually, in my 7 through 12 life. I failed 2 quizzes. One of them was in algebra class, second year algebra, doing this. I took a quiz over this, did it all exactly wrong. Instead of multiplying and subtracting, I subtracted and then multiplied. Missed every single question, got an F, cried. It was terrible. Now I know how to do it. You multiply and subtract. The other one was more embarrassing. That one I was just being stupid, but at least I kind of knew what I was doing. The other one I failed was in 7th grade, English. We read The Celebrated Jumping Frog of Calaveras County, a Mark Twain story. At least we were supposed to have read it. And guess who didn't do the reading? And Mrs. Searfoss gave us a quiz. I, of course, failed it miserably because I hadn't read. Mrs. Searfoss called me up after class and said, Lisa, I expect better of you. I will be calling your parents. I said, okay. And that was all it took. I never did not do a homework after that. I did every homework after that. Okay. No. My parents knew I was upset enough. They didn't have to yell at me. All right, here we go. What?
For the final answer, will they always be whole numbers?
What do you think? Well, how could they be anything else? Unless the determinant had fractions in it to start with, which is possible.
Okay.
All right, so now I've got this one. I'm going to evaluate this one. So we're going to do exactly the same thing. How do we do it? 2 times 7 minus, always minus, 3 times negative 1. So this one's going to be 14 plus 3. So the answer is 17. We always take diagonal minus diagonal. Okay, there's one more. Do this one on your own. Tell me what the value of this C is. I am going to come over there. Guys, stop it. This is a chance for all of us to really get a good grade. This is easy stuff. Now, what do we get here? Negative 11. I hope you all got negative 11 because that's the right answer. We multiply, and subtract. So negative 3 minus 8. Everybody good? Now, the next one is bigger. Now, he is a square, so we can do it. But we have a different strategy. It's a bigger determinant, so it's got a different strategy. All right, you paying attention? Here we go. Take the first 2 columns and rewrite them outside of the determinant. So just the first 2 columns. So I rewrote 1, 0, 1, and I rewrote 2, negative 1, negative 2. So the first 2 columns get rewritten outside the determinant. Now, I want you to I'm going to start right up here where we always start, and I want you to multiply those three numbers together. What do we get when we multiply all three? -1. Now, let's multiply these. 6. And let's multiply these. 0. Now, total those up. Total them up. So I multiplied, 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 and I'm going to total them up. So the total of all of that is 5. Right? Now we're going to turn around, we're going to go the other way. So we're going to go this way now. So these multiplying together, 0. These multiplying together, -6. And these multiply together, 0. Now total all those up. So we did multiply, multiply, multiply. We total them all up. I got -6. Did you? Now, think. Just think. What do you think I'm going to do with these two numbers? Subtract them. Why am I going to subtract them? Because think about when I did my 2 by 2s. When I did this one, didn't I take this minus this? And now I'm doing that, but on a bigger scale. I'm taking all of this minus all of this. So 5 minus -6 is 11. The value of that determinant is 11. Now, you're thinking at this moment, oh my gosh, this is awesome stuff. What am I going to use this for? You're going to find out. You're going to find out. There's a lot of uses of the determinant. We're going to do a couple of them. Okay, let's do one more problem here. Oh, by the way, 4 by 4s, there's a different strategy for, but I'm not going to make you do that. So 3 by 3 is as big as we're doing. Yeah. This is as big as we get. But I promise you're going to have to do this on test day. So, here we go. What's the first thing I do?
Move the 3, 1, and -4.
Put 3, 1, -2, 2, 4, 1. Now, pay attention, because for some reason, kids don't always copy the right columns. The first 2 get copied. Now, start right here. What do I get? Multiply. 36. Multiply. 0. When we times by 0, we get 0. Multiply. So that total, Jalen Buford, I have no idea what's going on over there, but I've given you a chance to defend yourself, and you refused. So now it's becoming an issue. If somebody's bugging you, I want to hear it, and I'll take care of that. But otherwise, all I see is you. Okay, so stop it. Here we go. Multiply, multiply, multiply. So that gives me -8. That gives me 0. And that gives me 6. Now total them up, -2. Subtract those numbers. So 37 minus -2 is 39. Do not add those numbers. Subtract those numbers to get the answer. All right, there's one on the back. Do it on your own. See if you can get it done. Come on, this will be our last one. Let's get it done.
Memorization part.
Hey. Hey, weirdos, be quiet back there. What's Don saying up there?
You must be looking for friends.
Mason,
Yeah, your work.
let's see how many of you can get the right answer. Watch your arithmetic. Make sure you're multiplying and adding and subtracting and all that right. I think you can see it's so easy to make a mistake. Yeah, what is that noise I'm hearing over there? Okay, negative 16, does that look like what you got? Okay, all right, well, that's great. We'll go ahead and call it quits for the day because the next thing is brand new and we don't have time to start it. So those of you that still have work to make up, please.